Welcome to our second video on the Augusta economy and the pandemic. What's the difference between Romeo and Juliet and COVID-19? One's a Verona crisis and the other's a coronavirus. The jokes are still coming, even on video. Anyway, the leisure and hospitality industry has been particularly hard hit due to the pandemic. Certainly our theatres have not been showing Shakespeare plays anymore. The Green Jacket season was cancelled. Restaurants are running at a third to half capacity. Hotels have struggled. Other areas of the economy, particularly in leisure and hospitality, have been hard hit. And you can see that in the employment levels for the leisure and hospitality sector. Jobs fell precipitously in April with a double whammy of a master's being cancelled and the pandemic. Jobs in the leisure and hospitality industry fell by almost half. About 12,000 jobs were lost in leisure and hospitality. We've seen some recovery since, so that leisure and hospitality is somewhere just about 4,000 to 5,000 jobs off the pre-pandemic peak. Let's also look at the largest sector in our local area, the health and education services sector. This is largely health because what you may think of as education services, such as the K-12 system and Augusta University, are actually state and local government employees. So this is largely healthcare rather than education services. And you can see jobs fell by about 4,500 due to the pandemic. They recovered a little bit during the summer, but are now back at that trough that we saw earlier in the year. It seems to be a paradox of the current crisis that we have a public health crisis and lower employment in the healthcare sector. But there's good news. Other sectors have seen record highs. Construction, for example, has seen over 500 new jobs over the last year. You see lots of construction going on around in the local area, whether it's the Amazon facility or apartment buildings being built in Richmond or Columbia County. And not only is this good for today's jobs, but it's good for future jobs when eventually people will be able to be employed at these facilities such as the Amazon site. Other industries that have had good years include utilities and transportation, although a smaller sector, 300 additional jobs in the last 9 months. Manufacturing also has a good year. December employment figures are higher than they were in February. In summary, leisure and hospitality was particularly hard hit by the virus, but has recovered somewhat. Our largest sector is still reeling. But some sectors have seen record numbers, showing the resilience and diversity of the Augusta economy and bodes well for the future.